Jordan 1997. In Game 5 of the 1997 NBA Finals, Michael Jordan battled through a fever, vomiting, and dehydration, playing 44 minutes and racking up 38 points, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists. That game was a pivotal Game of Thrones matchup between the Bulls and the Jazz, with the series tied 2-2. Jordan was so ill he could barely walk. Before the game, he even lay on the floor with his eyes closed, listening to the tactical discussion. The team doctor advised him to rest, but he insisted on playing. His shooting percentage wasn't high in the first 3 quarters, only 46%, but in the crucial fourth quarter, he scored 15 points alone, gradually narrowing the score. With 25 seconds left, he hit the game-winning three-pointer, putting the Bulls up by 3, and the Jazz ultimately lost, changing the series score to 3-2. This game later became known as the flu game, but Jordan himself recalled in The Last Dance that it wasn't the flu, but rather food poisoning. The night before the game, he had ordered takeout pizza in Salt Lake City, the only thing he could stomach, and started throwing up in the middle of the night. But he endured the pain to play and, in the clutch, defeated Malone and Stockton's Jazz. Throughout the series, Jordan averaged 33.6 points with a 45.6% field goal percentage, once again standing at the pinnacle of basketball. Incidentally, Malone was the regular season MVP that season, but Jordan virtually decided the outcome of almost every game in that series. The Bulls regained control of the series with this victory, clinching their 5th championship in Game 6, and Jordan, through his actions, truly defined what it means to be clutch. And the next clutch player didn't rely on brute force, but on explosive, super long three-pointers. Dame Time. In Game 6 of the first round of the 2014 playoffs, the Blazers faced the Rockets at home, leading the series 3-2. With 0.9 seconds left, the Blazers were down by 2 points. Lillard came off a screen, caught the ball at a 45-degree angle, turned, and drained a swish three-pointer, sending the arena into a frenzy. This was the first time in NBA history that a team trailing by 1 point had won a series-clinching game with a buzzer beater. That shot also ended the Blazers' embarrassing 14-year drought without advancing past the first round of the playoffs. Lillard scored 25 points and dished out 6 assists, truly becoming the team's core player. 5 years later, in the first round of the 2019 playoffs against the Thunder, Lillard once again killed the game in the clutch. This time, in Game 5, with the series leading 3-1, he launched a buzzer-beating three-pointer from nearly 40 feet out over Paul George with 5 seconds left, sending the crowd into an explosion. He finished the game with 50 points, 10 three-pointers, a single game plus-minus of +15, and completed the second series-clinching buzzer beater of his career. After the game, he calmly waved goodbye to the Thunder, and the entire league truly realized that Dame Time was no joke. According to official NBA statistics, Lillard averaged 25.7 points per game in his playoff career, with a remarkable 55.6% shooting percentage in clutch moments, higher than most point guards of his era. Curry's clutch shooting percentage, by the way, is less than 51%. His Dame Time celebration has now become a registered trademark of the league, marking those game-ending moments. Lillard himself has repeatedly stated, "The clutch isn't just about taking the shot, but about daring to bear all the consequences." Lillard established his status in the league step by step with these high-difficulty three-pointers, but the next clutch player relied on a rebound, a step back, and an eternal three-pointer to reclaim the entire championship trophy. Ray 2013. In Game 6 of the 2013 NBA Finals, the Heat faced a do-or-die situation at home, trailing the Spurs 2-3 in the series. With 19.4 seconds left, the Heat were down by 3 points. LeBron James missed a three-pointer, Bosh grabbed the crucial rebound in the paint, and quickly passed it to Ray Allen in the right corner. Without hesitation, Allen took a step back, his foot on the three-point line, and smoothly released the ball, which arced perfectly and swished through the net. The entire arena erupted. This shot tied the game at 95-95, forcing the Spurs' championship celebration to be delayed by 48 hours. In that game, Ray Allen only took 5 shots, but he made 2 crucial three-pointers, especially that last one, which is hailed as one of the most important three-pointers in NBA history. The Heat ultimately defeated the Spurs in overtime, tying the series at 3-3, and then won Game 7 to clinch the championship. Allen's three-point shooting percentage in the finals was a remarkable 45.5%, making him the most accurate shooter on the Heat that year, 8 percentage points higher than LeBron James. He also made 39 three-pointers throughout that playoff run, second only to Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson that year. More importantly, this shot solidified Ray Allen's place as a legendary shooter in playoff history with over 385 made three-pointers at that time. His decision-making in clutch moments throughout his career has always been calm and decisive. That step back, not looking at his feet, and turning as he shoots rhythm is something only someone who has practiced countless times would dare to execute in a life-or-death situation. Years later, even Bosh said, that shot went in because of his never-shaken footwork and rhythm. And in the next game, the Heat clinched the championship, but on that most important night, Allen left an eternal three-pointer. And now, our next protagonist, with just one shot, ended a 73-win team's championship dream. Kyrie 2016. Kyrie 2016. In Game 7 of the 2016 NBA Finals, the game entered its final minute, tied at 89. With 53 seconds left, Kyrie Irving, on the right wing at a 45-degree angle, executed a step-back dribble behind his back against Stephen Curry. Without a screen or waiting for teammates to move, he went one-on-one, pulled up for a three-pointer, and the ball arced perfectly into the net. This shot gave the Cavaliers a 92-89 lead, becoming the turning point of the entire game and one of the most famous go-ahead three-pointers in NBA history. That year, the Cavaliers faced the 73-win Warriors, who had the best regular season record in NBA history and were the reigning champions, with Game 7 being played at Oracle Arena. But Irving scored 26 points on 10 made field goals throughout the game, and not only was that last shot fatal, but in the first three quarters, he repeatedly broke down the Warriors' defense with mid-range jumpers and drives. Throughout the finals, he averaged 27.1 points with over 46% shooting, almost single-handedly supporting the Cavaliers' offense alongside LeBron James. James averaged 29.7 points, 11 rebounds, and 8.9 assists. Even more astonishing, the two combined for 453 points in a 7-game series, 18 points more than Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green combined. Irving was like a ghost in the first three quarters, silent, but in the fourth quarter, he etched his name in history with one three-pointer. And this shot not only brought the Cavaliers their only championship in franchise history, but also completely shattered the Warriors' best record equals best team myth. Irving's career after that has had its ups and downs, but that shot in 2016 remains his eternal label. And after 0.9 seconds and 53 seconds, the next clutch player used a period shorter than a blink of an eye. Fisher 0.4. Fisher 0.4. In Game 5 of the 2004 Western Conference Semifinals, the Lakers against the Spurs, with the series tied 2-2, the crucial Game of Thrones battle reached its final moments. With 0.4 seconds left, the Lakers were down by 1 point. Kobe Bryant's final fadeaway jumper was answered by Tim Duncan, and time had almost expired. But the Lakers still had one last inbound pass opportunity. Gary Payton inbounded the ball, and Derek Fisher, after receiving it at the top of the left arc, immediately turned and shot. The ball swished through the net just before the light went on. This shot stunned the entire arena. The referees reviewed the replay for a long time, finally confirming the basket was good, and the Lakers won 74-73 with a buzzer beater over the Spurs. NBA rules state that a shot taken with less than 0.3 seconds must be a dunk or an alley-oop. Therefore, 0.4 seconds is almost the theoretical just enough time to shoot limit. This is why this shot is technically almost impossible to replicate. In that playoff year, Fisher made a total of 13 clutch shots, ranking 6th in the entire league, and he only scored 6 points in that game, with the only highlight being that fatal shot. After the game, even Duncan smiled and shook his head, saying, "I thought we had won." Fisher's career was not known for scoring, but he was always known for being cold-blooded, stable, and executing plays well. He won 5 championships with the Lakers and rarely faltered in clutch moments. This 0.4 seconds shot became his most famous calling card. After that shot, the league began to re-examine the shot clock timing system and introduced more advanced timing replay technology after the season. And after a cold-blooded shot, the next clutch player, with a strained leg and sheer will, earned the respect of all of Boston. Paul Pierce. Paul Pierce. In Game 4 of the 2008 NBA Finals, the Celtics were playing the Lakers on the road, trailing by as many as 24 points in the first three quarters, with the game seemingly spiraling out of control. In the fourth quarter, Paul Pierce led the comeback, hitting successive crucial jump shots and finally a go-ahead three-pointer in the final minute, completing a full-game comeback. After the Celtics won the game, they led the series 3-1, virtually securing the championship. This victory became one of the largest comebacks in finals history by point differential, and Pierce, with 20 points and 7 assists, once again proved that he was the Celtics' clutch player. In 2007, the Celtics acquired Kevin Garnett and Ray Allen, forming the new Big Three, but the one who truly controlled the rhythm was always Pierce. He won the Finals MVP in 2008, averaging 21.8 points and 6.3 assists throughout the series, with a clutch shooting percentage of 47%. As early as the first round of the 2010 playoffs against the Heat, he had scored 46 points against Dwayne Wade, and almost no one could stop him from getting into his rhythm. When the game entered the decisive moments, Pierce was always the option you had to double-team. The most classic moment dates back to Game 1 of the 2008 NBA Finals, when he sustained a suspected severe knee injury in the third quarter and was carried off the court on a stretcher, silencing the entire arena. But after only 3 minutes, Pierce limped back onto the court from the player tunnel and hit a three-pointer on the very next possession. This scene became a spiritual totem for Boston fans and one of the most dramatic moments in NBA Finals history years later. He joked that he just went to the bathroom. Pierce's career was characterized by consistency, efficiency, and daring to take clutch shots. And the next clutch player isn't just about daring to shoot, but always being ready to cut down everything in the last second. Kobe 2006. Kobe 2006. In Game 4 of the 2006 NBA playoffs first round, the Lakers faced the Suns, and Kobe Bryant delivered what can only be described as a legendary performance. With 6 seconds left in regulation, he received the ball, drove, and hit a mid-range jumper to tie the game, sending it into overtime. In the final moments of overtime, the Lakers were still down by 1 point. Smush Parker tipped the ball, Kobe grabbed possession, took 3 dribbles, and pulled up for a mid-range jumper, a buzzer-beating game winner. He scored 50 points in the game, making 17 field goals, and single-handedly accounted for all the scoring in the clutch. Kobe's clutch ability was already legendary by the 2004 Christmas Day game. In that game against the Heat, he hit a super-long three-pointer in the final seconds of the fourth quarter to tie the game. Then in overtime, he made the game winner with 2 seconds left. Throughout his career, Kobe made a total of 36 clutch shots in the regular season and playoffs combined, second only to Michael Jordan. He not only loved taking the last shot, but also relished having the ball in the most difficult moments, with "give me the damn ball" becoming his creed. In Kobe's dictionary, buzzer beaters were almost artistic creations, and overtime was a sign of his displeasure with team mistakes. He always said, "The game should end in the fourth quarter." This is why he always unleashed his strongest combat power in the final minute. ESPN once calculated that Kobe's shooting percentage in the last 24 seconds was 46.3%, many of which were made under double teams and almost impossible circumstances, by the way. This is higher than many stars' open three-point shooting percentages. Kobe achieved countless game winners with his unreasonable, high-difficulty shots, and the next player, by contrast, turned clutch shots into a daily routine throughout an entire playoff series. LeBron 2018. LeBron 2018. In Game 5 of the 2018 NBA playoffs first round, the Cavaliers and Pacers were tied 2-2. With 8 seconds left in the game, the score was tied. LeBron James stole the ball, then blocked Victor Oladipo, and then received the ball at the right three-point line. He pulled up directly over the defender and hit a buzzer beater. The final buzzer sounded, the ball went in, and Cleveland erupted. This was James' first true playoff buzzer-beating game winner of his career, and in this single year alone, he made 4 game-deciding clutch shots, the most in playoff history for a single season. Throughout the 2018 playoffs, James averaged 34 points, 9 rebounds, and 9 assists, with a 53.9% field goal percentage, almost single-handedly carrying the Cavaliers out of the Eastern Conference. Against the Raptors in the series, he scored 26, 43, 38, and 29 points respectively in the 4 games, averaging over 34 points, dominating almost every game, and sweeping them to advance. In Game 2, that high-difficulty left-handed fadeaway buzzer beater, a scoop shot off the baseline glass, completely demoralized the entire Raptors team. Throughout the Eastern Conference playoffs, James averaged 42 minutes per game, playing 2 full 7-game series. Without Kyrie Irving, without Kevin Love, he single-handedly shouldered all the offensive burden. ESPN that year rated his performance as one of the greatest individual playoff performances in history because his shooting percentage in clutch moments last 5 minutes, within 5 points, was a staggering 61.7%, and almost no one could stop him in the final 5 minutes. And the pinnacle of all these clutch shots wasn't just a single game winner, but his ability to drag a mediocre roster into the NBA Finals. And the next clutch player, who didn't rely on physicality or explosiveness, but on cold-blooded threes and silent counterattacks, Kawhi, 2019. Kawhi, 2019. In Game 7 of the 2019 Eastern Conference semifinals, the Raptors hosted the 76ers, with the score tied at 90. With 4.2 seconds left, Kawhi Leonard received the ball, drove along the baseline toward the right corner, and, contested by Joel Embiid, forced up a shot almost side-on. The ball bounced high, hit the rim 4 times, and finally dropped into the net as the clock hit 0. The arena was silent for 2 seconds before erupting. This was the first Game 7 buzzer-beating game winner in NBA history and the most representative shot of Leonard's career, a turning point for the entire Raptors dynasty. In that playoff year, Leonard averaged 30.5 points, 9.1 rebounds, and shot 49% from the field, making him the highest scorer in clutch situations last 5 minutes, within 5 points among all players in the playoffs. He was not only a consistent scorer, but also had virtually no blind spots in his offensive game. Dunks in the paint, 45-degree threes, and free throw line jumpers, all executed with high efficiency. At the same time, he stifled opposing key players on defense, from Ben Simmons to Giannis Antetokounmpo to Stephen Curry, all of whom experienced his iron elbows and box-outs. Becoming the first player in NBA history to win both Eastern and Western Conference Finals MVP awards is a testament to his all-around game and irreplaceable clutch performances. In the 6 games of the finals against the Warriors, he scored over 26 points in 5 games, averaging 28.5 points and 9.8 rebounds, leading the Raptors to their first championship in franchise history against a depleted Warriors roster. His stoic expression and lack of celebration also earned him the nickname, the Silent Assassin. Incidentally, his first public reaction after winning the championship was that strange laugh in an interview. Leonard didn't just win, he ended opponents with minimal boredom. And the next clutch player was the complete opposite. He never followed the script, always appearing with a crazy reversal. Ginobili. Ginobili. In Game 7 of the 2005 NBA Finals, Manu Ginobili scored 23 points and grabbed 5 rebounds in the decisive final game, helping the Spurs defeat the Detroit Pistons and win their 3rd championship in franchise history. In that game, he was not only an efficient scorer, but also contributed multiple crucial steals and blocks on defense, completely disrupting the Pistons' offensive rhythm. As a guard standing only 1.98 meters 6 feet 6 inches, Ginobili used his highly aggressive defense and agile drives to continuously disrupt opponents, giving them no room to breathe. In Game 1 of the 2013 Western Conference Finals against the Warriors, the game went down to the wire. Ginobili received the ball and quickly drove left-handed, hitting a signature step-back jumper that swished through the net, instantly freezing the game. That shot became a crucial starting point for the Spurs in the series and proved that he could always deliver explosive performances in clutch moments. Ginobili was known for his left-handed shooting and unpredictable playing style, often using unexpected moves to get around defenders, earning him the nickname Left-Handed Maverick, which became his signature move. His coach Greg Popovich once publicly praised him as the most unpredictable weapon because opponents could never guess what he would do next. Ginobili's clutch moments were not limited to scoring. He made multiple crucial blocks and steals that changed the momentum of games. This two-way performance made him an indispensable soul of the Spurs dynasty. And next up, this clutch player wrote the most incredible comeback story in just 13 seconds. T-Mac, 13 seconds. T-Mac, 13 seconds. In a 2004 regular season game, the Raptors faced the Spurs. With 35 seconds left, the Raptors were down by 7 points. Tracy McGrady unleashed a furious scoring barrage, hitting 3 consecutive three-pointers in the remaining 13 seconds, scoring 13 points in the quarter and leading the Raptors to a comeback. ultimately winning 198 in a thrilling victory over the Spurs. In that game, McGrady used astonishing explosiveness to tear through the Spurs' defense, delivering one of the most classic individual performances of his career. Surprisingly, the defensive anchor Tim Duncan hit a rare three-pointer for his career in the final moments, but he still couldn't stop the Raptors' comeback. McGrady's feat of scoring 13 points in 13 seconds not only shocked the entire league, but also became one of the highest-scoring individual performances in the shortest amount of time in NBA history. At the end of the game, Yao Ming ran to the sideline and excitedly hugged McGrady in celebration, creating a highly dramatic scene. McGrady made 12 clutch shots in his career, proving that he wasn't just about scoring outbursts, but also knew how to make decisions under pressure. The comeback in that game didn't go into overtime. It was purely achieved through a furious, short-burst explosion, truly one of the most insane comebacks. This 13-second legend became a highlight of McGrady's career and showed everyone the true power of clutch play. Next up, this player, through coolness and consistency, made 7 consecutive playoff game winners, creating the legend of Big Shot Rob, Big Shot ROB. Big Shot Rob. Robert Horry owns 7 championship rings, one with 3 different teams, a rare feat in NBA history. He made a total of 7 game-winning shots in his playoff career, including the classic game winner in Game 4 of the 2002 Western Conference Finals against the Kings, a shot hailed as one of the most decisive shots, which gave the Lakers a commanding lead in the series. Horry's clutch shooting percentage exceeded 50%, higher than many superstars, proving his calmness and consistency. While Horry never became the absolute core of a team, he always stepped up when needed most, becoming the team's secret weapon. He was known throughout his career for only taking clutch shots, and coaches and teammates trusted him to make high-difficulty shots in tense situations. It was this clutch player attribute that made Horry an indispensable piece of championship teams, solidifying his legend as one of the league's most lethal role players. This clutch player created miracles with his composure and precision. The next clutch player, however, amazed the league with his super-high three-point firepower. Curry 2022. Curry 2022. In Game 4 of the 2022 NBA Finals, Stephen Curry exploded for 43 points and 12 rebounds against the Boston Celtics, becoming the absolute focal point of the game. He shot 6 for 10 from three-point range and almost single-handedly turned the tide in the fourth quarter, leading the Warriors to a crucial victory. Throughout the series, Curry scored over 30 points in 3 games, proving that he was not just a system player, but the team's true offensive engine and leading scorer. This championship not only silenced external doubts about Curry's reliance on the system, but also proved his unstoppable three-point ability in clutch moments, even when heavily guarded. After the game, Curry was tearful on the podium, saying this championship was completely different from previous ones, more of a spiritual purification after team integration and injury challenges. In the clutch, Curry's threes not only held off opponents, but also created more open opportunities for teammates, becoming the Warriors' biggest weapon in their championship run. Curry's performance in this series solidified his place as one of the rare superstars in history who can both score individually and facilitate the offense, completely changing the modern basketball playbook. And the next clutch player, with a triple-double performance, completely defined the young generation of clutch players. Luka 2020. Luka 2020. In Game 4 of the 2020 NBA playoffs first round, the Mavericks faced the Clippers. The game entered its final moments, with the score extremely tight. With 3 seconds left, Luka Doncic took a contested three-pointer from deep, and the ball arced through the net, a game winner. Not only did he help his team secure a valuable victory with this shot, but he also became the first 21-year-old player in NBA history to record 43 points, 17 rebounds, and 13 assists in a single game. This stat marked a career milestone and officially propelled him into superstardom. Throughout the 2020 playoffs, Doncic averaged over 30 points per game, showcasing a maturity and dominance beyond his years. Whether it was driving, shooting, or playmaking, he effortlessly navigated through the opponent's defense, repeatedly breaking down the Clippers' lines. Achieving such a triple-double performance at 21 years old, making him the youngest player in NBA history to record a 43-plus triple-double, proved he was no flash in the pan but a future cornerstone of the league. Doncic's clutch performance is considered that of a born superstar. He handles the ball calmly, shoots decisively, and knows how to step up in moments of greatest pressure. And after the young superstar, there's another historical, lesser-known cold-averse killer, a specialist against the Knicks, and Ewing Reggie 1995. Reggie 1995. In the 1995 Eastern Conference semifinals, the Pacers faced the Knicks. With 9 seconds left in the game, Reggie Miller scored 8 consecutive points, completely turning the game around. During that span, he used a series of precise jump shots and three-pointers that the Knicks couldn't defend, ultimately leading his team to victory. Miller's clutch shooting percentage throughout his career was a remarkable 47.5%, placing him among the league's elite, which made him a highly threatening closer in the playoffs. In this game, Miller also famously provoked Spike Lee, a renowned Knicks fan, on the sideline, creating one of the most classic taunts in basketball history and greatly enhancing his reputation. As a nemesis of the Knicks, Miller consistently delivered high-level performances against New York teams and Patrick Ewing, earning him the moniker New York Slayer, Ewing's Bane. His clutch shots were always ice-cold and merciless, repeatedly erupting in the coldest environments throughout his career, leading fans to jokingly call him the coldest killer in the city most afraid of cold. Miller, with his calmness and precision, transformed clutch moments into his stage. And the next clutch player, with flexibility and speed, dominated the duel. John Paxson. John Paxson. In Game 6 of the 1993 NBA Finals, the Bulls faced the Suns, with the score tight and the series leading 3-2. In the final seconds of the game, Paxson received a pass from Scottie Pippen, calmly dribbled to the right three-point line, and shot without hesitation. The ball arced through the net, swishing cleanly. This crucial three-pointer helped the Bulls win 99-98 in a comeback, securing their third consecutive championship with a final blow. Surprisingly, Paxson only took 3 shots in the entire game, making 2, including this fatal one. This shot was not only a highlight of Paxson's individual career, but also demonstrated Michael Jordan's absolute trust in him. Jordan had publicly called for him to execute this play, praising his calmness in clutch moments, which reassured us. As an understated role player for the Bulls, Paxson defined himself with this three-pointer and wrote a legendary chapter in the team's three-peat. The team's success was inseparable from these hidden, cold-blooded killers. And the next clutch player, with precise free throws and unwavering will, became a crucial playoff scorer. Sam Cassell. Sam Cassell. In his 1994 rookie playoff run, Sam Cassell calmly hit a game winner against the Knicks, becoming one of the youngest clutch players in the league at the time. At just 22 years old, he showed extraordinary composure and courage on the intense playoff stage, quickly earning the trust of his coaches and teammates. Subsequently, Cassell joined the Rockets and became an important piece in their 2 championship runs. His scoring and playmaking abilities in clutch moments repeatedly helped the team secure victories. Cassell's clutch moments weren't limited to the Rockets later. While playing for the Timberwolves, he continued to hit buzzer-beating game winners in the final moments of games, extending his big heart image. His signature celebration fingers forming a heart became a symbol of his steady confidence. Whether it was a clutch shot in the playoffs or a decisive moment in the regular season, Cassell always managed to disarm opponents with his composure and precision. And the next clutch player, with tenacious fighting spirit and clutch performance, became a scoring weapon in the playoffs. AI 2001. AI 2001. In Game 1 of the 2001 NBA Finals, Allen Iverson exploded for 48 points against the Lakers. In the crucial moments of the fourth quarter, he received the ball, drove forcefully, hit a game-winning shot, and then stepped over Tyronn Lue as he walked off the court. This scene became a classic playoff moment. At that time, the Lakers were on a hot 11-game winning streak, but Iverson, with his tenacious performance, broke their momentum and set the tone for the 76ers' counterattack. That year, Iverson won MVP, and throughout the finals, he averaged a remarkable 35 points, demonstrating that a small player could still be a Giants' nightmare in clutch moments. Despite being only 183 centimeters 6 feet 0 inches tall, he single-handedly carried the team's offensive burden with his speed and agility. Although physically small for the league, Iverson never feared any opponent, using his cold-blooded shooting and drives to create countless problems for the Giants. And the next clutch player, with all-around court control and crucial scoring, became the playoff conductor. Kidd 2003. Kidd 2003. In Game 1 of the 2003 Eastern Conference Finals, Jason Kidd, in the crucial moments of overtime, drove to the basket and hit a virtually game-winning mid-range jumper, helping the New Jersey Nets defeat the Pistons 113-108. This shot not only significantly boosted the team's morale, but also gave the Nets their first glimpse of championship aspirations. Throughout that playoff run, Kidd averaged over 19 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists. His all-around performance revitalized the team on both ends of the court. As a master of court control, Kidd was not only capable of precise passing and orchestrating the offense, but he also showed the calm decisiveness of a finisher in clutch moments. His basketball IQ was exceptionally high. He knew how to exploit defensive weaknesses to create opportunities, making him difficult for opponents to defend. Kidd was renowned in the league as a demigod point guard because he could not only control the game's tempo, but also step up and deliver the decisive blow. And the next clutch player, with playoff dominance and clutch moment explosiveness, became the absolute core of his team, Butler 2023. Butler 2023. In Game 6 of the 2023 Eastern Conference Finals, Jimmy Butler drew a foul in the final moments and calmly sank 3 free throws, helping the Heat defeat the Celtics with a game winner and advance to the NBA Finals with a 4-2 series win. In that game, he exploded for 47 points, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists, demonstrating unparalleled clutch time dominance. Butler carried his team's offense multiple times in the playoffs, especially under the highest pressure. His consistency and explosiveness were unmatched. Over the past 3 years, Butler has led different teams to the NBA Finals twice, earning him the widely recognized title of Playoff Jimmy. His calmness and ruthlessness in handling clutch situations struck fear into opponents. The Heat's tactical system largely revolved around him, and Butler, with his selfless teamwork and individual scoring ability, achieved the team's Black 8 miracle. Facing layer after layer of playoff challenges, he always managed to withstand all pressure, becoming an insurmountable barrier for opponents. And the next clutch player, with precise three-pointers and crucial game winners, became a new era scoring machine, Miller 1994. Miller 1994. In the 1994 playoffs, Reggie Miller demonstrated astonishing composure and precision against the defensive pressure of the Orlando Magic. He shot over 60% from three-point range throughout the series, and in the fourth quarter, he was almost divinely inspired. Whenever the team was struggling, he would consistently explode in the final quarter, scoring crucial points consecutively. Miller's fourth-quarter scoring virtually became a nightmare for opponents. This specific clutch-time explosiveness made him a prime example of an old-school shooter. In multiple playoff series, Miller was known for his cold-blooded clutch shots, consistently making high-difficulty shots and completely turning the tide of games. His only appears in the fourth-quarter style of play left defenses helpless in the waning moments of games. As a classic shooting guard, he didn't rely on drives or flashy moves, but rather completed game winners with precise shooting and excellent off-ball movement. Conclusion. From Paxson's ice-cold 3 to Miller's fourth-quarter magic, these NBA legends prove that when the clock is ticking and the pressure is on, true heroes step up. It's not just about skill, it's about heart, guts, and the will to seize that moment when everything is on the line. These clutch performers didn't just play the game, they defined it, leaving us with memories that still give us chills. Their stories remind us why we love basketball: the drama, the heartbreaks, and those unforgettable moments that make us jump out of our seats. Subscribe to the channel. Yo, if these epic NBA stories got your heart racing, smash that subscribe button. Join our crew for more jaw-dropping breakdowns, iconic highlights, and the best of basketball's past and present. Don't sleep on this, hit subscribe, and let us keep the passion for the game alive together.